Hey, welcome back. So last time I covered Airdrake and gave my opinion on him as a character, but this time though, I'm here to cover a certain leak that hit the Smash community lately. Now, warning, there are of course going to be spoilers for the DLC. Originally this video was supposed to be a 4-page script about every angle you can look at this from, but I personally think it wasn't going to be very interesting, so today I'm going to cover specifically why I believe this leak has a very good chance of being real, using a theory that I came up with. Before we get into that, we first have to mention the credentials of the leak. There are definitely some details on here that I see and I get suspicious about, such as the Master Chief skin for Steve and the timeline of the announcements as a whole, but nothing in this leak has been proven concretely false yet. Not only that, but this leak has successfully predicted multiple upcoming games. Dragon Quest XI-S, confirmed. Persona 5R, confirmed. A new Ninja Gaiden game, not officially confirmed, but this tweet from Koei Tecmo Europe seems to tease a potential Ninja Gaiden 4 in 2019. Not to mention that as of right now, Airdrake definitely seems to be our next character, so this leak has gotten nothing wrong yet, but has gotten several things right, which is impressive if you ask me. But what I love about this leak the most is the theory that I have to support it. If this leak is fake, then this fast of it clearly took time to think out and plan. And so even if this leak does turn out to be a fraud, I have to give credit where credit's due. Or maybe they just got lucky. Now I'm not saying with certainty if this leak is real, but for the purpose of the theory, I'm going to speak as if it is. Just keep that in mind. The power of Smash as a marketing tool has been proven time and time again. For example, Kid Icarus as a series arguably got its revival thanks to Pit being featured in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Fire Emblem never would have taken off in the West if it weren't for the support that it got from having characters feature in Super Smash Bros. Corrin as a character was used to sell Fire Emblem Fates, as she released in the same month as her game did in the US. Being a third-party company and getting a character in Smash is huge. It gives your game massive exposure. Keep that in mind for now. Now, I was looking at these 5 characters in the leak: Joker, Airdrake, Hayabusa, Steve, and Doomslayer. And I thought, what do these 5 characters have in common? I thought, and I pondered, and then I did some wandering, and then I finished up with some more pondering. And then it hit me. It isn't the characters, it's the companies behind them. Nintendo chose these characters, remember? Nintendo is rewarding companies that have been supporting them recently with Smash Bros. Exposure. Let me go down the list. To start off, Atlus is owned by Sega, but Sega is just a parent company. Not everything Atlus does is associated with Sega. Persona 5 is published by Atlus, not Sega, so what has Atlus done for Nintendo, you might ask? They've been a huge supporter of the 3DS, even recently when most companies moved on from the system. Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology, several Etrian Odyssey games, several Shin Megami Tensei games, and the most recent Persona Q2 New Cinema, which released November of last year. Not to mention they also developed Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE on the Wii U and are developing the upcoming Shin Megami Tensei 5 on the Nintendo Switch. To reward them for supporting Nintendo systems so heavily, they get Joker and Smash to help sell Persona Q2, and it isn't out of the question they would put Persona 5 on the Switch. Also, apparently Shin Megami Tensei is like a mother series to Persona, so it's the same universe, so maybe Joker is part of that? I don't know, never played any of the games. But the point is, Atlus supports Nintendo and Nintendo supports Atlus. Next up, Square Enix. Now, clearly Square got Cloud in Smash 4, but they didn't support the Wii U at all. If you look up a list of Square Enix games, the Wii U's name comes a total of 5 times. And not all of those were even developed by Square Enix, some of them were just published by them in Japan. But on the Nintendo Switch, Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2, Dragon Quest XI-S, Dragon Quest Heroes, there's also the Worlds End View Final Remix, and Octopath Traveler, both of which are Switch exclusives. And I think we all remember that segment from the September Direct in 2018, where they just kept announcing Final Fantasy games coming to the Switch, 7 in total. And there also seems to be a huge push for Dragon Quest on the Switch, so as a reward, Square Enix gets a Dragon Quest character in Smash to market the series. Koei Tecmo is one of the companies supporting Nintendo Switch Online with classic NES games, the most recent of which being Ninja Gaiden itself, and they've done a good job of releasing Warriors games on the Switch. But I believe the reason for them being rewarded is the work they've done with Nintendo IPs. They developed Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, and for that they're getting rewarded with Hayabusa to promote the seemingly upcoming Ninja Gaiden game. Microsoft, hello? Do I even need to point out how buddy-buddy they've been with Nintendo? From the initial Minecraft crossplay announcement to Xbox Live being on Nintendo Switch, it's fairly obvious that they've been getting along. And speaking of that Minecraft crossplay announcement, that was the very first showcase of the goodwill between the two companies. And it's Steve who's being added. It just comes full circle. And finally, Bethesda. Once again, do I even need to explain the connection? Doom, Skyrim, Wolfenstein, and the upcoming Elder Scrolls Legends and Doom Eternal. They went from being a company that had never really supported Nintendo to one that's releasing hit games one after another. Nintendo chose all 5 of these characters to support the companies that have supported them. It all just makes sense. At least, I think so. Look, I'm going to be completely honest, this leak could definitely be fake. But the mixture of its successful predictions and my personal theory on the connection between the 5 characters, I think it has a good chance. Part 3 will cover my personal feelings about the leak, but that's a ways away. I want to focus on different content. However, I hope you enjoyed my theory, and tell me what you think about it down below. As always, thanks for watching.